Fearless Aisha is back again, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time. If you are new to this channel, you are highly welcome. If you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back. And if you have been watching, you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for, my lovely people? Please kindly hit that red button where they say subscribe, and also put on the notification bell so you will be getting more updates from this channel. Thank you very much for supporting this platform, guys. Let's watch this video below and I will be right back.
Something that one cannot just wrap one's mind around it. In 2014, while we were all demanding for Chibok girls to be brought back, part of the things that we kept saying was the fact that this is all about bad governance. Because in the first place, our children ought to have been protected. The primary responsibility of governance is the protection of lives and properties. And any government that fails to protect the lives and properties of its citizens, it's not fit to be called a government. And where there is bad governance, and this continuously happens, even when people are coming out to make the mass, what will simply happen with it will be that other people will be carried away. December 14th, 2014, 183 women and children were taken away from a place in Gumsuri. And you know, over the years we've had the same thing. Dapchi girls were taken away. Now we have Kankara boys. And the most annoying part of it is that the whole mode of operation is the same thing like what happened with the Chibok girls. And it seems as if the Nigerian government is not interested in learning, it's not interested in keeping our children safe. And we have gotten to a place where parents are being forced to think about the safety of their children or the education of their children. And that is not a place to put any parent, a situation to put any parents in. And it's really sad that up till today, Nigerians do not understand that yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors. And tomorrow's victims will be today's survivors. Who is the next set of children? Where is the next set of children going to be taken away from? And for those who think that this does not concern them, we are talking about hundreds of children. Remember what happened at one time? They were using girls to bomb places and do all of that. What do we know that they're going to do? We cannot allow this, and we must ensure that we call on our government to do the needful. And you see what has been going on. Different things, they tell you the numbers are different. It's just, we are just hearing almost like what happened with the Chibok girls abduction. First of all, they said that, oh, all the girls had been rescued except 8. Until the parents came out and said that they had not seen their daughters. And there we are again. Kankara parents are being forced to come out to say that the government is saying only 8 because it's not their children that are amongst. If it was their children, the Garba Shehu that was saying only 8, if it was his child that was abducted, he would not use the term only. Something that for me personally, that I've always known, we don't have security anywhere, and the lives of Nigerians is not seen as anything. And the question that every one of us must be asked is that what is the value of the Nigerian life? We saw what happened in 2014. My daughter, then she was 12 years old, and she said something to me that broke me as a parent. She said, "Mommy, if one of the Chibok girls was an American, they would have been rescued by now." And so at 12 years of age, my daughter knew that the life of an American girl is more important than her own. And we have seen it. Recently, we saw the American soldiers coming into Nigeria to rescue one of their citizens that was abducted in Niger and brought into Nigeria, because Nigeria is that safe haven. So we have our security who are only interested in protecting the who is who in Nigeria. The rest of the citizens, we are not seen as important enough for our lives to be protected. So right now they're probably all in Daura trying to protect the commander-in-chief, who is nowhere to be found in the scheme of things. And then the rest of the citizens are allowed to be. The terrorists know they have a field day. That's why they will continue to do the same thing over and over again and get away with it, the same mode of operation. And at the end of the day, what we do see right now is that the terrorists are the one who are commanding. We are here. Before, the Nigerian soldiers used to repel. Now they no longer repel. It's unbelievable. Zabarmari, 43 people, some must say as much as 78 people were killed, 43 were slaughtered, overall 78 were killed. We didn't see our military go after the terrorists. We didn't see them going after them. And they even had enough time for them to plan and execute this crime, and not only do it, even with the fact that the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was in the state, came into town that day, did not deter them, tells us that there's no military doing anything anywhere. For me, basically, trying to say what citizens will recommend to government, is there any use? We've been recommending and nothing has been done. We've been recommending since 2014. Government has refused to listen. I think what we need to have right now is the President and Commander-in-Chief, Muhammadu Buhari, sitting down with journalists and telling us what is it that he's doing an address and giving us what are the things he's doing. Because we keep recommending and nothing comes out of it. The first 48 hours of any kidnap is very important. And this is the time to go after and get our children back, and yet we're slacking. Masari himself, he was on a TV earlier on, the arrogance with which he was talking, his countenance, as if he was being disturbed, and you're wondering that children in your state had been kidnapped, and parents who had even cried out were tear gassed. And that tells you everything when it comes about what are the things that are being done to bring back our children. They'll be taken away, and from some of the stories we've heard, from the reports we've heard from the children that came back, they had to walk a good distance. Where was our military? Where was the Air Force? In a state where the commander-in-chief was already inside that state, and a state that is fraught with insecurity, would have thought that all over the state would have been locked down. That wasn't done. In terms of whether negotiation or whatever that needs to be done, government, like we've always repeated at the Bring Back Our Girls movement, that government is the one that is in position with all of the information it has, because he has all the information. He's the one to be able to make the right call, whether to have a negotiation, or there are three things that need to be done. It's either you have a negotiation, or you have military intervention, or you have a combination of the negotiation and the military intervention. What we have continuously said is not an option, is do nothing. Sit and do nothing. That definitely is not going to be an option. But at the end of the day, the government has all the information, and they are the ones that will be able to make informed decision based on the information that they have. But most critical is that our children, our boys must be brought back alive. We don't want to see corpses. We want them to be brought back alive to their parents, and for them to continue with their education. And then the question that all of us need to ask is that, where is the mercenary that was negotiating with bandits or terrorists, whatever name they decide to give them? We saw pictures. We saw where they went to negotiation with them. We saw some of them being brought to the government house in Katsina and being ferreted. So what happened? What happened that now that we're having hundreds of our children who are in school, who are supposed to be in school, being kidnapped and taken away by terrorists? When there's no hope, there's no life. So there will always be hope, and then hoping that our military, the Nigerian military that we all know, that has the right people that can get things done, we actually wake up and go beyond the leadership, the incompetent leadership that has been failing it, and hopefully we get our children back in good peace. Nigeria is a country that we have everything that it takes to be a great country. We have everything that it takes for Nigeria to work, for us to get our things, the right thing being done. All what we have been lacking is strategy, is strategic leadership, is that leadership. And hopefully the commander-in-chief will get his act together and know that he's the commander-in-chief of a nation that is not a nation of lemons. It's not a nation of sheep. We are Nigerians. We are great people. We have amazing capacities. We can do so much. Our militaries, our soldiers are yearning to go forward. We have people like General Adeniyi, who today has been demoted because he's yearning to put an end to all of this insurgency that is going on, terrorism. We must ensure that we bring the right people in the right position for them to lead us to a place where we get things done. And for